Welcome again to Ed Talks. I'm in the barn because it's 100 degrees at the ranch, and I'm trying to find a way to avoid passing out and being hauled away. So I'm here in the barn, we got a breeze going, and we're going to do our Ed Talk out here. I want to talk about the question that I get asked every single week. It's one of the questions that is continuously asked, and I try to answer it as thoroughly as I can, but typically it's hard to do in a single phone call, hard to do in a short meeting, it's hard to do outside the courthouse, etc. So let me see if I can't be a little more detailed. Let's start with a question first, and the question is, if I've been charged with an assault, can my spouse, can my significant other, can my loved one drop the charge? Make it go away. Is the mere act of wanting to drop charges, and whatever that means to you, the silver bullet that's going to make the problem go away? So the short answer is no. But the longer answer is maybe if your lawyer can use that information to convince the prosecution. Okay, by the way, that's Red, my rooster, and he's going to interrupt us because that's the kind of thing he likes to do. Red, if you keep this up, I'm going to fry you. All right, so the short answer is no. The long answer is maybe and possibly yes. So let me tell you what we do, what I do when I've got a situation where my client has been charged with a family assault, a domestic violence case, but the partner wants to drop charges. And step number one. A lot of times an individual will want this whole thing to go away before they hire counsel, before they do anything, and they send their significant other who has informed them they want to drop charges. They send them out to try to find a DA, to try to find a judge, what have you, that will make their problems go away. They want to just end it right there. They don't want to have to deal with it. Sometimes there will be a warrant for their arrest. They don't want to have to check in. They don't want to have to do anything. They want to make it go away. That never works, ever, all right? The prosecution may very well find it interesting that the individual wants to drop charges, but what they're going to do is they're going to send them over to an assistant or a lesser DA, and then they're going to take a whole statement from her or him, and then they're just going to memorialize it, and then you're still going to have to make your bond, you're still going to have to go to court, you're still going to have to deal with it. That's not how you do it, all right? If the individual wants to drop charges, if they want to drop, that's my wife getting in the tractor. Bye-bye. All right. Actually, she's in the four-wheeler, going to go get in the tractor. Why she wants to work at 102 degrees, I'll never know, but that's what she's going to do. I'm warning you, all right? Shut up over there. This is how you handle it, all right? First of all, bad news for you, you're going to have to hire a lawyer, be it me or whoever, but somebody who knows how to handle these kind of cases. As it turns out, I spend probably a third of my time on domestic violence cases. There are lots of good lawyers out there who can handle this case, but this is what they're going to have to do. This is what we're going to have to do. You hire a lawyer, all right? If your significant other, if your spouse, if your loved one wants to drop charges, then they can come in to our office and we can sit down and talk to them and ask them what's their motivation for dropping charges and what actually happened in the case. Most of the time, they want to drop a charge because they know that they went over and above. I'm not saying they fabricated, but they exaggerated to the point they realize that this is the kind of case that they don't want the state of Texas to get involved in. So they can talk to your lawyer. If it's me, I'm going to sit them in my office. You're not going to be there. And I'm going to learn a little bit about the case. I'm going to learn about their motivations for dropping. And then I'm going to take notes on what they have to say and tell them what the prosecution is likely to be interested in if they talk to the prosecutors. Essentially, the question is going to be, as we talk, what is it about their particular situation, the facts of this assault, which would lead a prosecutor to believe that this is the kind of case they should probably dump. And then I will get them connected with the prosecution at that point. This is going to take some time. If you're charged with an assault case, let's say, and there's an open warrant for your arrest, you're not going to stop this by your wife going into the DA's office all by her little lonesome and trying to drop charges, or putting together this magic affidavit of non-prosecution, this non-existent legal document. It's not going to work that way. You're going to have to get counsel. You're going to have to get counsel you can afford that has some experience, and then this thing can be managed. It's going to take some time. Even if we've got all of our ducks in a row, the prosecution still has to reach the point where they feel comfortable enough to drop the charge. That's where your lawyer comes into play. The experience and reputation of your lawyer comes into play. But my suggestion for you is plan on anywhere from 3 to 6 months before this thing goes away. Now, having said that, I don't want to leave you with the impression that the prosecution can't go forward with the case even if your spouse wants to drop charges. They can. It's extremely difficult for them to do that without the cooperation of the complaining witness, but they certainly can. I've been in situations where they've tried and they've failed, but it's not likely that they're going to want to do that if the complaining witness has told them that they've exaggerated and or maybe fabricated some things, but it's possible. So hopefully that answers your question. If you have any more questions in that regard, feel free to call the office. The number is right there on the screen, so it should be pretty obvious to you how to get hold of us. You can also email me at edmchernoff@gmail.com, and then I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Once again, this is Ed's Talks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.